Hello everybody out there in the Music Valley community. This is Mike Metro Soldier 777, and here to show you a video or response video to Brendan Van D's contest for reaching 100 subs, and it's great that he's reached that point. He's well beyond that now, and basically he said to show a video based on good, bad, the ugly. The good meaning a cherished piece of music or great artwork, and the bad, which means there's something wrong with the media itself, the CD or the record, and the ugly could mean the artwork's not the best or cheesy artwork, that kind of thing. And Brendan's has a great channel to go. He shows a lot of music, a lot of old school stuff, which is what I like, the old school hard rock and metal. And so let's get right to it. So here's some of my cherished items in my music collection. So basically I got the Striper Young Black Attack, and plus I like the artwork too, which is the Japanese pressing, which came out in 1986. Young Black has Me No originally came out in 1984, and this is the 1986 mix of the album. Now, traditionally the album came out with 8 songs with different artwork, which has a picture of the earth with lights coming from it. A lot of you performed that album. It's the original 1984 artwork with the missiles shooting toward the earth there, with the yellow back stripes on the earth there. So this is, like I said, a remix version traditionally has 8 songs that you can get in eBay or anywhere. But this Japanese version has 9 songs. It has the original 6 songs, and plus it's My Love Always Show and Reach for the Season, which is those 8 songs was on the original, which was on the 1986 remix version. Plus this one has Winter Wonderland on it, as well as a 9th track. So I bought this there a couple years ago, back in 2016 or 17, and I paid around $60 for it. It's a bit pricey, but it's well worth it. These are going on eBay with or without the OBI strip for well above $200 on eBay, and I got this for a good price. And mine don't have the OBI strip, kind of wish it did, but like I said, for what I paid for it, I can't complain. So there you have it. Also, I'm going to show, I have 3 versions of Striper's 12 the Devil, which I also like the artwork. Here's the Michael Sweet Productions version, which came out back in 2000, of 12 the Devil. Plus also has a Winter Wonderland bonus track. A lot of you are familiar with this album. And also has the, it sort of comes with a picture disc. And back in 2000, Michael Sweet sold these. We had some in his personal effects there, and he sold these on the internet. So there you have it. This is also a prize possession in my collection. I also have the West German import of 12 the Devil. There you have it. And also has on the back cover, a different back cover than most versions, or some versions of the Devil. It's got the same picture as the inner back cover of the band, which I thought was kind of cool. There you have it. Also, too, if you notice on this cover, the pentagram, which is right here, there's a cloud over it right here. So I guess this West Germany, this is a censor version. In North America, it was all the black background, just a Striper logo with 12 Devil CD or CDs and cassettes. But here in West Germany, they got the original artwork but with a cloud over it. So there you have it. So it's a sort of unique find to have in my collection. Also, I have the Japanese import of 12th Devil. There you have it, with the back cover there, and the inside part, which is CBS Sony Japan. Young Black Attack, I just showed you too, was CBS Sony Japan as well. So there you have it. So those 3 versions are very prized in my collection. I think I'm selling this one too, by the way. This version of 12th Devil as well, but I'm sort of in between, on the fence about that one. So there you have it. Also, I have the Joshua Intense Defense, which came in 1988 as a West German import pressing. which is on the original RCA label. And this is produced by Dieter Dierks in Germany, West Germany, which also produced Scorpions Accept. In fact, when this album was being produced at that time, in 87, 88 period, Accept was also producing the album at that same point in time as well, one of their albums as well. And I think they're in the adjacent room to where this album is being recorded, because Dieter Dierks produced both albums. And this is the original RCA label. I just love the artwork. Here you have a mechanical falcon or an eagle, and here's the other side of it there. I found like it's great artwork. I actually got to show it to you. This is one of my favorite artworks. Here, I got to show it to you to appreciate the artwork. See, here's the artwork here. I thought it was fantastic. There you have it. See, so there's also great artwork on this album. So, as you may know, Josh Price is a well-known guitar player. Also, this is also, and I'm going to show this for most of the artwork. Here's Saint, Too Late for Living, came in 1988. Saint is a Christian band, one of the pioneering Christian hard rock metal bands. Actually, metal bands, was started out in the early 80s, around 80, I think around 79, 80 started out. They're called Gentiles, but they changed the name to Saint back in the early 80s. And it's called Too Late for Living. Great album, I love the artwork. Now, Brendan, you mentioned you like the Iron Maiden Live After Death cover, which shows the Eddie bursting forth in the forefront with the gravestones in the background. This artwork kind of reminds me of that Iron Maiden cover. Shows the gravestone there, and sort of got a message to it. Say "Sue our later," and "Too late for living." Basically, is a message of you only have the day, you don't have the tomorrow, and basically means to stay to be faithful to God. That's the whole message of the album title "Too Late for Living." Like I said, I just figured to show this artwork of this great artwork on this cover. Now, the next one is a bad, and I'm going to show a couple of misprints or mislabels. Here you have there's a band called Ex-Sinner, which is a band similar to AC/DC and Cinderella. This is their album called Angry Einsteins, and what he did, this came out after the first two albums, Get It, Peace Treaty. And they changed the name to Angry Einsteins to resemble mad scientists in a lab sort of thing. And this album is it's sort of an alternative album, but the later 4 or 5 songs or 6 songs, whatever, is more in your face hard rock, and the first few tracks is more alternative. So it's kind of a split album. And as you may know, this album's got 11 tracks. And for some weird reason, on the inside, they list all 11 tracks on the inside cover, but on the outside cover, they only list 10 songs. Almost the 11th song called "Going Around in Circles" is cut off. So there you have it. It's called Ex-Sinner Angry Einsteins Cracked. So let's name the album. So there you have it. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I mean, I guess if you're a perfectionist, and I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, I guess it can be a bit irritating. Here you have Stryper's Reborn, which is another, this is Stryper's comeback album, where they spent about 10 years apart, and it's the first full-length album in 15 years since the Against the Law album, which came out in 1990. This one originally came out in 2005, and there's a couple songs that got this in the wrong running order. Than on the CD. I think it's the 9th and 11th track, or is it it's a couple songs. I think it's between If I Die number 7, I Wait for You number 8, and The Rain number 9. You can do those couple songs in the wrong order on CD versus the back of the listen to the back of the artwork there on the back there. There you have it. Next thing we're going to have, I figured I'd show you something else too. This Dream Theater one called Live Scenes from New York, which is Digipack, and it was played, came out 2001, which is the tour to Live Scene from Memory, which came out in 1999. This one came out in 2001, and basically, well, this is not the reason why I'm showing it, but I figure I'll show you this little backstory. This came on September 11th, night in 2001. As you may know, that's when the Twin Towers was came down because the plane crashed into them. Now, there's a conspiracy theory about that as to whether the U.S. government was behind it, which I'm not going to get into because we'll be here for a while debating it and how I think about it. But anyway, they when they realized, the American company realized that this artwork, this was released on the same day as the 9/11 terrorist attacks. And as you may know, there's the New York skyline's on fire. So as you may know, when you put an album, this is planned months in advance before the day of the terrorist attacks, when they plan the artwork and that kind of thing. So what they did, they repressed the album with different artwork with the Majesty symbol on the artwork. So this is kind of tatter. I wouldn't mind getting a newer version of this with either this artwork or different artwork. It doesn't matter to me either way. But I don't mind digipacks, but when they have these kinds of pockets with the digipack, and this CD here, the second disc is scratched from sliding back and forth in the thing there, which kind of irritates me. So I don't mind digipacks if it's properly made with the hub to click a CD on, as long as the hub is well made, manufactured, don't crack, which is another issue as well. But yeah, it's a bit scratched there, so there you have it. This is another example there. So this gets into yeah. So there you have it. Now I'm gonna get into the ugly, and as you may know, one of the pioneering bands in Christian rock and hard rock is Petra. And as you may know, Petra, or some of you may know, Petra is known for their great artwork with their sort of like guitars and other pictures in the front cover. Like for example, here's Never Say Die, which shows a sort of battlefield with on water with the ships and stuff on fire, the plane crashing there, and a big torpedo being launched right in the forefront there. Here's another one called More Power to You. That's sort of got that Star Wars theme there with a big spaceship and the little small people down below. Looks like they're boarding the big giant galactic ship there. Called More Power to You, which came in '82, which I think is a great artwork. Here you have another Star Wars theme called Now This World. Another spaceship there going into space there. So, or coming back from space, whatever way you look at it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Now This World came in '83. And another one's called Back to the Street, which came in '86. Which shows like a spaceship hovering over a city or amongst city streets. So I thought it was pretty cool. But another one called Unseen Power, kind of like the artwork of a skyline with the big windmill, which I think is great artwork. And another one called Wake Up Call with the guy sort of standing on a miniature Earth there. So that was pretty cool artwork. Well, Petra came out in the album back in 2000 called Double Take. Now, there's a little backstory to this. This is the album which they recorded acoustic songs, 10 other songs, acoustic versions, and 2 original songs. I believe it's called Longing and Breathe In. And now, I bought the album back in 2000 where I clicked everything Petra has out pretty much, studio album wise, and live albums. And I didn't really care for this album too much. It was okay, great listen. I listened to it a few times. It just shows the basically a blurry part of this is blurry, a subway station with double take, where I think this normally says subway. They got the word double take imposed on the subway symbol, and the back cover just shows basically a subway train with the song titles, and the inside it just shows subway tracks on the inside cover there, which I thought was kind of like lame or bland. And I think what happened at that time is that Petra had one album left to do with World Records, and so they decided to put this album out, get released from the contract. And I think back in the late '80s, John Slitch, the lead singer, was discussing online how World Records sort of forgot about Petra, where their legacy band around since the '70s. And World Records was after the younger, hipper, contemporary Christian artists, not the old school stuff like bands like Petra. And so they kind of like didn't promote Petra much as they used to in the past, like in the '80s. or sorry, in the actually, I guess signed the world records back in 1989 and put Petra Praise, the first one, Rock Cries Out, and of course from that point on they heavily promoted Petra. Even their prior label Star Song heavily promoted Petra, and that kind of thing. Well, because they were focusing on the hipper modern pop or rock bands, they sort of left Petra by the wayside. And I think John Slits was explaining this some of that effect in interviews, where we're a legacy band and we've helped pave the way for Christian artists, and World Records kind of forgotten about us. That's pretty much what he was saying. So this, I guess, I think this artwork was, if my memory serves me correctly, could be wrong, was sort of last hee haw of trying to get Petra's music out there with not so great artwork. So I guess I think the way he put it, or the way I figured, I'm not sure what happened back exactly. Well, I was thinking back exactly back in 2000, that they just put this album together, put out there, and he released Petra from their obligations, more or less. So there you have it. So yeah. So like I said, it's pretty generic. I mean, this is kind of step down, as I showed you, from the previous artwork that Petra's usually known for. That kind of thing. So yeah, and the records I showed you were on the Star Song label, and these two were on the World Records label. So there you have it. So yeah. So anyway, that's my video on the good, bad, ugly for Brendan Van D. My take on things, and anyway, I hope you liked the video. Give you some insight there as to what's on the go, and anyway, I'm going to show another video in a few minutes of some other recent album finds that I had this week. So I'll let you go, and I'll come back on with another video. All the best now. Bye.